A game of dominoes turned deadly when gunmen stormed a home in Pompano Beach. 4 people were shot. 1 of them was killed. CBS 4's Gabby Fleischman spoke to one of the survivors and joins us now from Broward Health North. Gabby, any leads in this case?
Well, Rhiannon, the men who were shot weren't able to give detectives a good description of those gunmen because they were all wearing masks. So right now, BSO has very little to go on. At this hour, we know that there are still 2 victims in the hospital. One is in stable condition. Another one, according to family, right now is in an induced coma. And as you mentioned, we did speak to one of the other victims. He was released from the hospital yesterday, and he tells us that he wants justice. A Pompano Beach home is riddled with bullet holes after a game of dominoes turned deadly.
The gun was at my head, and it missed my head and hit me once in each arm and 1 in the leg, and I'm still able to walk, and I'm still breathing.
Chris, who doesn't want to be identified, says he's blessed to be alive. He and his 3 friends were playing dominoes at Northwest 16th Street on 7th Lane in Pompano Beach at around 1 Sunday morning when 4 gunmen tried to rob them.
There was nothing to give in the first place, but they just said, give it up. So we just sat there and we were looking at each other like, is it a joke? And they started shooting at us.
Witnesses say nearly a dozen bullets were fired and all 4 men were hit. 23-year-old Joshua Childs died in the driveway. His 3 friends were rushed to Broward Health North and are expected to be okay. Family says 54-year-old Alfonso Wright is recovering in the hospital. They say a bullet hit his spine.
The bullet was ricocheting in his body, and it traveled all over the place, and it landed, like it stopped in his spine.
I just want justice to be served. They killed a friend of mine.
But detectives have little to go on.
They had the scullies on their head, and they had bandanas tied around their face. So I only know that they were all black male, and they wore dark colors. One of them had a big assault rifle, and the rest of them had handguns.
This was nothing short of a brazen attempt by 4 people with no regard for human life. They're armed, they're dangerous. We need to get them off the streets. They've killed, they've injured, they could do it again.
And the victims say those gunmen didn't actually get away with anything. They weren't able to rob them of anything. But again, they are still on the loose. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Broward County Sheriff's Office or Broward Crime Stoppers at 954-493-TIPS. Live in Pompano Beach, Gabby Fleischman, CBS 4 News.